I guess we're gonna do a podcast. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Give me a like, follow, and share. Tell your friends and family. Tell your grandma about it. Tell some people from high school that you don't really care about, but you hit them up on social media to see how they're doing. Go around on the streets and tell homeless people about it.
Bunch of bums.
Yeah. And tune in. We're here. It's me and Sammy Norlag.
You could call me Two Shoes.
Sammy Two Shoes.
All day, yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah.
So I'm here with Sammy Two Shoes. We're going to talk about overall fitness, mental fitness too. I'd say other things like body dysmorphia and all that other good shit. I feel like you got a pretty good perspective on it. Out of everybody, I'd say here back in Chicago in my group of friends, you probably got the fitness thing down the best.
Juice.
Next to
Joe.
I
mean, yeah, but I'm not training for the Olympics.
Yeah,
I'm not going pro. You know?
No,
what I mean?
He's fucking crazy.
Couldn't do it.
Yeah, but I'll put you right up there next to him though.
Hell yeah, big accolades.
Now what? Now it wasn't always like this, obviously.
No. I mean, I spent most of my life just as the fat kid, kind of chunky, unathletic, playing video games, all that. I thinned out like an incredible amount in high school, but I wasn't like in shape ever until, I don't know. I feel like I was one of those people that got in shape because of COVID. It's like I was one of the people that came out like better. Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of what happened with me too. I mean, not to say that I was like in bad shape when COVID hit.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm still like naturally athletic from playing all the sports that I did. But when COVID hit, I was like just sitting here and I'm like, I'm 150 pounds, right? And I'm like, I haven't been 170 since high school, right? That was when I was like peak like athletic. So I'm like, you know what, I'm going to put on muscle. And the first, obviously, year of COVID, I was able to put on like 20 pounds.
Yeah.
And now I'm just kind of sitting at that 170 right now.
Yeah.
I didn't want to like go into that pandemic or come out of that pandemic, I should say, like a worse version of myself.
Yeah,
right?
I feel like that's what most people did. Just kind of like hunkered down and, you know, ate bullshit and didn't go outside for so long that they got ruined like physically and mentally. I was just fortunate enough to do the opposite. I feel like I just remember distinctly sitting in the parking lot of like a vape shop, like struggling to open, you know, like a little package on a disposable, freaking out because I couldn't get nicotine. And I was like, okay, what are we doing here? Like, pretty sure there's a virus that goes for your lungs. Like, maybe let's not like
smoke,
just like huff Chinese chemicals.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, this is not good for me. Yeah, I had to just change it, man.
But you had been kind of consistently working out up until then, though, right?
You know what? Like, no, I feel like I've only been consistent with my workout for about a little over a year. Like last June is when I was like, we're not skipping. We're doing real programs. We're doing like real calorie counting, like macro counting, all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Prior to that, it was like, yeah, I'll go to the gym like a few times, but it's mostly like all my gym membership was doing for me was just eating like a hole in my check-ins account. That's it.
Of course, yeah.
It's like, went like once or twice in a week, and I was like, oh yeah
I'm working out.
I'm jacked.
Yeah,
and then
right.
like, you know, I'd go like 2 weeks off, and I'm like, oh God, what am I doing? I would do like home workouts though a lot during COVID,
that's true.
but like, I don't know, that was not cutting it for me because I would just like be home with my Oreo pack and my fucking White Claws at night playing League, and just like, there's no way.
I mean, it's a slippery slope though.
Bad.
It's all about the consistency and the routine.
Yeah.
Like, although I don't like work like the programs, like the cycles and stuff, like that you and like more serious weightlifters do, I'm consistent enough that I'm usually in there playing basketball enough or doing other types of lifting. You know, like for me to take a week or two off, like that doesn't happen anymore. I'll take like a week off for vacation. Yeah. But then I'm like right back in there again, you know?
Yeah, dude, after a vacation, I feel like a piece of shit.
Oh, yeah.
Just like a big ball of dough. Even though like in the mirror, like I might not be changed physically at all, I feel like I see it differently. I'm like, wow, you are just flabby, which is terrible. That's like a negative thing. And I'm better with that. But like I used to just take such a short time off and be like, what's wrong with you? Because when I first started, I was like so uber serious, so strict that I would never give myself like a cheat meal.
Yeah.
Which you kind of have to be consistent in the beginning to form that
a
positive
good
habit. Yeah, exactly.
Of course.
But it comes to a point where then you get like overly into fitness, and then people get like orthorexia, which is, you know, like an eating disorder where you only eat healthy foods, and if like that's not available, you just don't eat, or you like freak out, right? You freak out if you have like a cookie. And now it's
kind of like a mental disorder almost. Yeah,
right, exactly. I'm in the best shape of my life right now, and like last night me and Joey just were like, I got home, we each had like 3-4 meals already that day, and I looked at him like, you want to go to Giamia and get a pizza? He's like, fuck yeah. So yeah,
I mean, you got to do that though. That's like good for you. That's kind of where I'm at with the ice cream.
You're a fiend for that, dude.
I fucking love it, dude. It's all I got left.
Tell me you don't rock with the keto ice cream.
I don't. I don't like it.
It's chalk.
Keto ice cream tastes like chalk to me.
Yeah,
it's gross. Fuck that. And they try and, you know,
they know who they are.
Yeah, they know who try and build it up. It's not.
It's gross.
It doesn't hit like the sugar ice cream, you know. But like I am able to, I mean, probably more than I should, you know. That's kind of like my cheat thing. So pretty much I don't drink anymore, obviously. I don't do anything anymore. Besides, like, I have my video games. I can't even binge watch anime. So I find that having all of these good habits and routines, like, it does get a little much sometimes. Like, granted, you're making progress. Yeah. But sometimes you just gotta fucking say yes to doing something very impulsive and unhealthy. I think
gotta take a little mental health day, man.
Yeah, of course.
It's like, I can't imagine, like, when I go to my grandma's house for Sunday dinner, I can't imagine be like, actually, no, I don't want the pasta that you just made from scratch. What a lunatic.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
For sure.
It's crazy.
I mean, as we say this, though, like, my listeners would be like, oh, he said I can do something impulsive and unhealthy. And it just depends what your vices are. Like, for Joey at the start of losing his weight, his mom would come home with, like, you know, the worst of the worst type of food, right?
Oh, yeah.
And he just had to say no to that. And it took him a while to come around to cheating, too, or having a cheat meal, right?
Yeah.
So you have to build that good habit first, and then later on you can take a break, right?
Yeah, I listened to that episode with him, and it's like, you have to understand how strict you have to be to form something. Like, a positive habit, there's no way that you could, because that's like, for me, the thing that I couldn't ever, like, quote unquote cheat on is like, if I ever had nicotine again,
it's over. Yeah.
Bro,
I know the feeling.
It's over. I'd be behind like a Walmart scratching my hands, just begging for a hit or something. It's like, it's bad.
That's how I get when I'm around like cigarettes or cigars.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, fuck, dude.
The smell of them just, oh.
Yeah, it's fucked.
Yeah, it's bad.
But you know, those are just some of the unhealthy things I can't cheat on, you know? So I'll take ice cream.
Well, that's what you got to have like your small little victories.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's like, you know what? I am going to go have ice cream. And like for me, I still drink occasionally. And it's like, you know what? I am going to go finish that bottle of wine with my dad and just like have a cool night.
Yeah, just chill out.
Have a fire, yeah.
Yeah, that's good for you, though.
It's like once a month, you know?
Yeah,
I say like once or twice a month I drink. And I have friends, like my close friend group probably drinks every night. Not heavily, but they're the type that has like 2 beers, 3 beers, playing video games at night type of thing.
Yeah.
And so they're always hitting me up like, oh, let's go out, let's do this. And I'm like, no. No thanks.
No, I'm not about it.
I'd rather just kind of stay in my zone and just not, because I know it is like, with drinking, like I never had a bad problem, but it's such a slippery slope. Like during COVID, I would walk to the liquor store by my house, like probably 3-4 nights a week, get 2 tall boys of something and like a shooter every night. And I'd be like, this is great. and then like 2 months in, I was like, hey, I'm like 23 at the time, and I have heartburn now when I sleep, and I'm kind of getting puffy, and this is not good. So yeah, I mean, you just gotta like kind of snap out of it sometimes, take a step back. Like,
and kind of see what work you have to do in order to change.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot sometimes, man.
It's too much, honestly. And like,
that's why you have to take it piece by piece. It's like, if I were to be like, okay, I want to stop drinking, I want to stop smoking, I want to stop video games, I want to stop all of it. You can't
do it all
cold turkey on all of that.
Nah, it's not.
Find me the psychopath who can do that.
I don't think we can.
No,
I don't think there is one.
It's not possible. Even if you like try to replace each thing with something healthy,
you can't.
No, it's too much. You tear yourself apart.
It's too much, and also like, I don't think that your brain really recognizes that dopamine. If you take all of your really like pleasurable bad habits and try and replace them all with good habits, your brain's like, this dopamine is not cutting it.
No.
And you'll just overload yourself, you know, and that's when you just slip up again, right?
It's bad, man. I don't know. Like, I'll find myself in like a week where if I have like, you know, I'll try to like I said, like I'll try to have like a bad thing, like, you know, like 2 to 4 times a month. So it's like either every week or every other week. But then, you know, you'll have a month, like my month of July has been way less healthy than I want it to be, you know, because we went up to the lake house for the 4th. I'm drinking, I'm smoking, and it's like
a little vacation here,
you know, but it's like I also just have so many other things in July coming up even that are like, well, shit, I know I'm gonna drink, or I know I'm gonna eat like a fiend. So all I can do is like now, for example, and typically I take like Sundays completely off the gym, but like I went in this morning after all that pizza last night. I went in this morning and just did like 45 minutes on the Stairmaster and punished myself and sat in the sauna. Felt great.
Yeah, but that feels good though.
Oh yeah. It's like a cleansing.
I think in the Midwest too, it's important to build those habits for the winter.
Oh,
like, you know, you can
it's a dark time.
Yeah, you can cheat like in the summer and stuff, but like once the winter starts coming around, like especially November, December, like with the holidays, if you're in the Midwest and you start like eating and not going to the gym in those months, it's 6 months later you're fucked.
It hits you bad, man. That's like that's like those YouTube videos always like spike in views, the ones that are like abs in 6 weeks or like shit like that, or even quicker, like abs in a month. Yeah, and it's like they like the views on them you'll see spike at like January. And everybody's coming out of bear mode. I just tell myself I'm bulking, so it's okay. It's like during the winter I just put on a little chunk, no worries. It's all strength. Yeah,
but then you're doing like cutting and stuff and other like cycles and all that.
Yeah, steroids.
Yes.
I wish.
Yeah, right.
One day.
No way.
Can't wait.
Are you gonna start doing like what are those shows? Like the Mr. Olympus.
Oh, like bodybuilding?
Yeah, bodybuilding, posing.
Hell no, dude. I don't even think the tanning oil could get me tan enough.
I don't think so.
No, I just glow.
Yeah, you're pretty white.
Yeah, it's bad.
To be honest.
It's pretty bad. But,
I mean, if you tried tanning, you'd probably get really red, and then maybe use the tanning oil. So you mix red and
it's like
brown together.
It's like my body's like a marshmallow. You know, like when you burn a marshmallow and it gets black, but then underneath is just soft white shit. That's my body when I try to tan. Yeah,
I don't think you can do the bodybuilding on.
No,
I wouldn't recommend it.
Also, just don't have the genetics for that either. I mean, those guys, like you got to remember, have both elite genetics and are on gross amount of steroids.
Yeah,
it's like
or just like HGH and other
something
things.
Right? You got to have something to compete like that, which is like another. When I started trying to get healthy, I would watch like all these different guys on YouTube, and it took me so long to discern like who are the ones who genuinely know what they're talking about, and who are like the guys who are just really like good looking shredded dudes but are trying to sell you like a program or a supplement that clearly is just BS. And it's like
the ones that are less knowledgeable.
Or even the ones that look really great. Like some people are just like hyper responders to the gym and like they do super suboptimal workouts, but it works for them because their genetics are so great. Yeah. So they're just giving out advice they think is good, but in reality it's bad. So, I mean, I feel like fitness is just kind of like weaving through all the BS and just finding like the genuine good sources. But so many people don't have time for that.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
And then trying to like do your own research is also another thing. Like you said, you could be watching something and someone's just trying to sell you a program. That's why I think it's a lot of trial and error though, because a lot of people, when they don't see results right away, especially with working out and dieting, when they don't see the results right away, they fucking crumble and stuff. But like you gotta find that rhythm, and you also gotta find like what's good for you, because most people hate cardio, right?
Oh yeah, I do.
But I love basketball because there's like an objective, right? You know, you won't really see me running on a treadmill. I'm just not gonna do it. I'd rather run around on a court, you know.
Yeah.
Chris doesn't like running on a treadmill, but Chris was really into martial arts. And if you're doing martial arts for like 3 hours, that's fucking cardio right there.
You're sweating,
you know? Yeah. Some people like rock climbing. Other people like, you can do biking too. I think finding something like cardio-wise to do with like an end goal is good. But also like kind of finding workouts like chest, like biceps, legs, and all that stuff. It's all trial and error, because you can like go in there, like say you're trying to lose like 50 pounds or whatever, or you're trying to get in shape, and you're just like looking at stuff on Instagram and stuff, and you go in there for a week and just shit wasn't working right, and you give up. But you have to like keep it going in there and like grilling yourself and trying to find your own rhythm, right?
Yeah. I mean, like there's such like an emphasis on optimal this and optimal that, and you'll hear things like your brother, he has to be optimal. It's like, I mean, the margins of that sport are so razor thin. You know, you're talking about like guys competing, and you know the best of the best are separated by like 0.5 seconds. Like, you better believe you have to be optimal. But for the average person
who's just trying to get in shape,
fuck that.
Yeah,
you do the best workout program is one that you stick to. Like, that, it's plain and simple. It's like, I don't care if you're in the gym and you're like the biggest guy. If you're putting yourself through hell and you're like mentally miserable, and you're so much more likely to like cheat when you do that. It's like, you just have to find something that's consistent for you and then just do it. And it's like, so what if you're a little like lopsided? Like, you're not competing in Mr. Olympia. You don't have a dude measuring you by the millimeter. It's like, who cares?
But this comes into the other subject we were going to talk about, was the body dysmorphia.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think we talked about this, me, Chris, and Joey also talked a little bit about this, like with Hollywood and stuff, like celebrities, all the Marvel movies, or just things in this whole like beauty standard over here in America of just like beautiful people and like ridiculously in shape and whatever. And people think that is the ideal health standard for a normal person, right? But it's not.
It's unhealthy.
It's unhealthy
for the average.
Yes.
Like, if like body fat percentage is like a good example, right? Like in dudes, I'm probably around like 13 right now, and I look lean, but I also have a little bit of fat on me, and I feel like strong and good.
Yeah, but that's all that matters, though.
Right. But people will say, dude, if you're not 10% and shredded to the core, it's like you're not healthy. It's like my body, my individual genetics don't like being that lean. I've been leaner than I am right now, and I just feel not good. Yeah. Just like what I personally have to do to get there is too much.
It's just too much work.
Yeah.
But those people are literally like paid to do that.
They're paid to do it. They're mostly on performance enhancing drugs.
Yeah.
But like, obviously, like, Disney's not going to let their Marvel heroes say that in an interview, right?
Yeah,
so
of course.
That's their career done. So of course you're going to have dudes like, you know, like Kumail Nanjiani, like went from being like the kind of scrawny nerd dude to being like a 200-pound just jacked beast in like 8 months. Yeah. And his face got all big and bloated from steroids, and he's like, nope, just natural. I'm like, dude, come on. Like, come on,
dude, come
bro.
on.
Don't be ridiculous. Because it's like, it'd be one thing if a guy who was athletic his whole life did a Hollywood transformation like that for 8 months, but he had like a major dad body.
Yeah.
Going into it, was in like worse shape than I had ever been in. And then
like, turned it around like that.
In like less than a year. And he's like, I just have a good trainer. I'm like, yeah, but you know, like the best information's available for everybody online now. Like, there's no secret to it. You know, it's like you're juicing. It's okay.
Well, yeah, either that or like, because he doesn't have a job, right?
Yeah.
His job is to get in shape.
Oh, that matters too.
So his job is literally to work out 3 times a day, 5 to 6 days a week. And then you have the nutritionist who literally just optimized, the word optimal comes in again, for 8 months. I do believe that they are on, you know, obviously not performance enhancing, but like
they're on something they shouldn't probably be on. But,
exactly.
You know, whatever, the TRT or anything like.
But
it all helps.
It helps them for their role, you know. But this beauty standard, now you have people who like idolize that. They're like, oh, I want to look like that. Yeah. Like, do you really want to? Do you know what goes into looking like that?
Right. And even, I mean, for some people, like, you just can't. Like,
No,
I'm
can't.
sorry. Like, like individual genetics, like you can look really, I think the average person could look great.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you can look like a superhero. You know what I mean? And I don't think you should be shooting for that goal.
I don't think you should either.
No, just health in general. Like from my perspective, like growing up as a fat kid, especially, we went to such a small school, you know everybody, everybody's your friend.
And everybody's opinion of yourself because it's a small school.
I'm in a class of 15 kids. My best friends are the ones who are bullying me for my weight.
Yeah.
And like it's either that or you just don't have friends. So it's like, and then you go home.
Kids are ruthless though.
Oh, regardless. Yeah. It's like, there's no escaping it as a kid. And then obviously as a kid, you can't control your diet.
No.
To an extent.
And me and Joey and even me and Lisa have talked about like some of the flaws of like the older generations and stuff like that.
Get a McDonald's.
Like my mom, like double cheeseburgers, large fries on the way to like sporting events and stuff. Like there's only so much of your diet that you're in control of. Right. And you can't really help that. But another thing that without even trying to get into the older generation and stuff, they didn't give like the younger kids like you the tools to take those opinions that people were putting on you, right, and like learn to work through it. Because unfortunately, not everyone's going to pay for therapy for their 10-year-old, to overcome something like that, right?
For sure not.
Yeah, but we need to like teach kids and people in general how to combat these thoughts, right?
Yeah.
Because it'll all like one of the main problems in America is like obesity, right?
Yeah.
And that could stem from body dysmorphia, right? Like this sense of beauty that you'll never be able to achieve. So you punish yourself instead. Like, I'm going to eat all these cookies and shit.
Yeah, because fuck it, I'll never get there
Exactly.
anyways. So, yeah. I mean, I was in Iowa a few weeks ago, and I was in one of their grocery stores. It's like a Hy-Vee, they're called. And, I was looking around, and, here in like a metropolitan area, people are kind of in better shape for the most part because we have more healthy options, and like there's just more people here, but there's just more pressure, I think, in these areas to kind of be in better shape. But out there, it's like that's middle of nowhere America. That's like your grocery store is your gas station type of vibe. And I was in there, and the amount of people who had to just be around my age or in their 30s who were using like the motorized scooters because they were so big they couldn't walk in the store.
That's crazy.
Broke my heart. I was like, fuck, because you know what? They like, I know as an adult you have to have personal accountability, obviously, but it's like they probably for their entire life were never really taught how to eat.
No.
Because the amount of people like your dad, I talked to him and he's like, I had pretty healthy lunch, and he's eating like a giant like sandwich, and it's just like there's not something wrong with that necessarily, but it's like
sometimes it's like a big fat PB&J though, which isn't like the healthiest thing.
It's just like the choices. It's like his generation doesn't see the problem with like white bread and sugar for lunch like every day.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I mean? And it's like stuff like that compounded over 20 years of somebody's life. That's how they end up at 30 in a scooter. And it's like just they never learn healthy habits.
No,
it's crazy.
And you can't like blame them. I mean, you can't blame them for it, but like at some point, like we are holding like this vast amount of knowledge in our hands, like these phones, right? Yeah. And at a certain point, you can literally look up anything on there. You can even like look up a mirror and look at yourself in the mirror and be like, I don't want to end up like my parents. Right.
Well, that was one of the things that hit me. I mean, just during COVID, I was like, we got to get it together. At the time, too, I wasn't really working. So what was I doing? It was just spiraling into like negative habits, like video games all day, drinking at the night, smoking in the morning, like just not good. Terrible stuff. Like started drinking pop, which I never used to do.
Oh, yeah, that'll get you, dude.
Just never. I mean, if I have like half of a Coke now, which I don't think I've had pop in like 2 years, but like if I have it now, it's like, oh, I feel disgusting.
Yeah, well, it's literally like acidic. It's acid.
It's bad. It's poisonous.
It's bad.
Yeah. It's like it's not good for you.
No.
And
no.
I just remember like, get it together, man. Like I don't want to look like this. I was just tired of being tired of the way I look, and just like finally in my adult life, like waking up to that fact and saying, we're gonna do something about it, and that's it. And so I just started grinding, and it's like sucked for the first 2 months. Like I would have to give myself literal pep talks to go to the gym, like pacing in my room like a psychopath.
You have to do it though,
because I'd go to the gym and I'd be like, my shirt's too tight. People are looking at me. I'm on the bench and like, you know, my shirt's coming up over my belly and stuff like that.
Like just small little things.
Just little things. It's like there's like beautiful women in here, and I don't want them seeing me like being weak or doing this or that.
It's almost like you're putting your thoughts in other people's heads.
Yeah, it's just a projection of my insecurities onto other people.
Yeah,
and
but
so
a lot of people deal with that in the gym.
Oh yeah, I mean, I know people who are more advanced than me who will still say shit like that. Like right now, for me in the gym, I go like savage mode. I just put my headphones on like full blast. I'm for sure giving myself tinnitus, but I crank my music. I stare at the ground like a psychopath in between sets, and I just have to be dialed in. Otherwise, I'm gonna be looking at other people. I'm gonna be focusing on stuff that's not important.
Of course.
You know? So I had to flip a switch at some point.
It's being in control of your mind at that point, though.
Yeah, it's just mental toughness. It's just like getting over it. You know, it's like maybe there are people staring at me. Maybe there are people who are looking at my form and they're like, "What the hell is this guy doing?" But I just don't care.
I think there's like 100% chance that they're not even doing that.
Oh, for me right now, yeah, because I'm a fucking beast.
You're saying before, though?
No, when I first started, that was like my major thing. Or like, right, like I have like, I'm balding on top.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I'm not wearing a hat today, and I'm laying down on the bench. I wonder if somebody's looking. It's like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah, at a certain point, you can't care about that shit.
But that's the thing. I spent my whole life being like out of shape and insecure to a degree where like I needed therapy for it.
Well, so you had to undo that damage.
And so I had to undo that damage. It's like immersion therapy, right?
Yeah.
Like I put myself in the shark tank and was like, this is fine. I'm swimming.
With the sharks.
I'm swimming with the sharks.
You had to come out.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned like some of these like 30-year-olds in other corn-fed states like Boo-Foo Land, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of people that are even younger are now using scooters and stuff like that. Those people would definitely relate to the thoughts that you just obviously spoke, right?
It's not too late. It's never too late.
No,
dude.
it's never too late.
I don't care if you're 60.
You could still do it.
Do it.
I see like 80-year-olds who are fucking jacked.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't matter what age you are.
Yeah. Fucking get after it.
I mean, this is like an inspirational podcast.
Hell yeah.
That's like the whole point.
Gonna get the Jesus hands. You know, give them the message. Got to get after it.
Throw the hands up.
Oh, yeah.
Get in the gym, start eating right.
Do it. Why not?
One thing I am going to talk about in the second book I'm writing about the habits and stuff. So I'm pretty athletic, right? And my brother Joe, who is also on the podcast, he's more athletic than I am.
Freak of nature.
Freak of nature. Well, Trevor had said, too, he goes, I don't think Joe even realizes how lucky he is, because if you were to take 1,000 people and you were to put them through the same thing that Joe did to his body, right? Like in college and after that, right? Trevor's like, probably only 2 other people would be able to bounce back like him in 2 years' time of just
remarkable,
crazy. And then to get these like almost Olympic times from running, right? It's absolutely crazy. I'm not gifted like that genetic wise, right? But the one thing I wanted to talk about in the book is like this whole beauty standard that's not really achievable in my opinion. Here's the thing. I don't have a 6-pack.
Right.
I don't have definition like that.
Mm-hmm.
I literally just play basketball and work out because it makes me feel good and I'm kind of in shape.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm not this fucking shredded Odysseus Greek demigod looking motherfucker, right?
Yeah,
you know, I don't want that. Number one here, I'll tell you this. I fucking hate doing abs. I hate it.
I don't believe in it.
I don't like abs. Mm-hmm. So how do I compensate for that? I play a lot of basketball, which is cardio. And there's a little core work there, right?
Yeah.
And also doing rowing and stuff.
Yeah, rowing's great.
If I wanted to look like these people in movies, I can. I don't want to.
Yeah.
That's a lot of stupid ass work in my opinion.
It's a lot. And it's like, you also have to think about training is like, if you're just training solely for aesthetics, you're gonna get burnt out, right?
Yeah.
It's tough. It's like, I don't necessarily train for a sport, But I really, really enjoy when my friends text me and they go, "You want to play tennis?" That I can go and sprint the court and be competitive.
Yeah, you can do that.
Or when they text me, "Dude, let's go on like a 10-mile hike." Sure, I need no prep.
Yeah, you can do that.
It's a great feeling, and it's like it just enables you to do so much more with your life than just like sit around.
Yeah,
it's great.
Well, it's like taking accountability for like your well-being.
Yeah.
Right? Like as a whole. I think in one of the podcasts we said, like, you know, if you're doing it for aesthetics,
it's fine.
It's fine, you know.
That's mostly why I do it, by the way. Like as a side note.
Yeah. But there's also other reasons, though.
Sure. It's just you got to battle those demons.
Exactly.
Keep them at bay.
I mean, like, I mostly do it for the feel-good aspect.
Yeah.
The endorphins. The endorphins and also, like, a consistent, like, routine of, like, using the human body to its fullest potential is like it's a very grounding experience, you know? And if, like you said, if you fall out of that routine, like you start feeling like shit, right?
I get almost like neurotic
and depressed. I was actually talking to a guy at the gym.
Quick too.
Yeah. It was literally like, yeah, dude, I didn't work out for 2 weeks, and I play basketball with him. He's a regular at LA. And he goes, yeah, dude, I couldn't work out for 2 weeks because like he rolled his ankle or something, and he had to like come into the gym and start doing something anyway, you know, because like once you start getting your body used to doing good things, like it'll want those good things.
Right.
Now granted, like the first couple months of retraining yourself, it fucking sucks.
It's really tough, dude.
It's brutal.
I would say right after giving nicotine up, like establishing the healthy habit of loving the gym or loving just sweating. Yeah,
sweat. It's the sweat, in my opinion.
Just sweating and like heavy breathing, or like when you lift weights and you like double in size in the gym and you just pumped up, you feel great. It's like learning that took me so long, because you have to step over the insecurities that you've been developing your entire life.
Yep.
And then as an adult, you know, it's tough because as a child, that's when you kind of form your self-value, like your self-worth. That's like when you kind of get your image is in those like adolescent years. And it sucks because it just so happens that normally that's when you're at your weirdest body shape. And everything's changing.
You're just a weird motherfucker. Everybody is.
You're just dumpy at like 13. Like, it's like 1 in a million kids who's shredded at 13, making like $1 million on TikTok. Like, fuck right. You. But like, for most of us, it's like, it's hard. You have to overcome it, and you have to just start loving what you do. Like,
you start from ground zero.
Yeah, it sucks.
It's like you literally, like, if you were to do it in like your 30s, like you literally have to like craft a new image of yourself.
Right. And like my advice to people would be like, start now, because it just gets harder.
Oh yeah.
Like the longer that you live, like my dad is a prime example of this, right? Like, my dad was fit into his 30s probably, and then he got married, and then, you know, like most people, kind of, who cares? I'm not trying to find a woman anymore. I'll just let it go. But
exactly.
He's also diabetic, which is a big health risk. So he's overweight, and he almost died of a heart attack. Yeah. Like, I don't know, a year ago.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And maybe for like a month, he was like, I'll try to be healthy, but the habits are so deeply ingrained in him that he's right back to it.
That's almost like,
it's crazy.
25 years of bad habits, though.
Like 30.
Like 30?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do it to you.
And, you know, it's like as you get older, too, it's like you have less will to change, because it's just...
It's a lot of energy.
It's a lot of energy that they don't have, and that man works like 12-hour days.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, it's hard.
And I think I talked about this with Trevor, too, on like, even like changing gears a little bit, like being creative. Yeah. Right? Like, or expending energy. It's like, yeah, we work these jobs full-time all week, and then I'm supposed to come home and expend even more energy on bettering myself. Wow. Like, I just work this job all week so I can pay to live, survival, right? That's what we do in the modern era. And now I'm supposed to just like wring every last drop of effort out of me to like change my habits, right?
Yeah, it's a lot, like especially me right now, because I work in, you know, like a retail setting, like a customer forward setting, where I spend my day as an introverted person interacting with hundreds of people. Yeah. I mean, And then my friends will hit me up on Friday after I'm just done with the work week. And they're like, dude, let's go out. Let's go downtown. And I'm like, no. I'm so shot right now. I need to be in my bed reading a book. And
away from people.
Like, that's how I recharge. I can't. I'm not like your sister. I can't recharge
around people.
I have to just be zen, like by myself, meditating or reading. And it sounds like such like a douchey thing when I say that to my friends.
But
it's not. It's healthy.
It's healthy for you.
It's healthy for me.
Yeah.
But you also, like, we all grew up in a group that just kind of like is really good at just chirping people for like
exactly. We talk
stuff.
a lot of shit.
Yeah, so
of course.
It's like,
it's the banter though.
Right. It's all out of love for sure. But it's like, try telling your friend who you used to drink with like every other night that you're like, I know I'm talking to the guy who's done it.
Exactly. Yeah, you literally
wrote the book.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally. Yeah.
It's tough. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, you just got to like put your foot down at that point.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know, the advice that I could give people that are like trying to do something like that. It's like I quit the drinking and all that stuff. I had to literally like stop hanging out with people. Right? Like all I could do was go to work, come home, and then sit in my apartment. And that's a lot for an extrovert. Right? Like me. Yeah. And I had to recharge around other people.
Yeah.
It just so happened that all the people around me wanted me to either drink or smoke or do something. Right? Yeah. So you had to cut that out. Now, for people who are dealing with like body dysmorphia or like unhealthy dieting or exercising like that, it's literally just taking the one thing that is ruining you.
Yeah.
And you expend all of your energy outside of your job. Because most people have jobs, right? Mm-hmm. Most people don't have the luxury of just not working a job, all right? So you expend all of your energy on making enough money to pay your bills, and then with all the rest of your energy to changing the one habit that's ruining you. And you have to find that. So for some people, it's like fast food or sugar, right? Or not working out, not being active. Now, doing the dieting and the exercising together is crucial, right? I recommend to most people to do one or the other first. It's like, you can start focusing a little bit on your diet, but if how not active you are is really the thing that's eating at you, just go on a couple walks a week. Just start out with that.
That's all
just
you need,
anything.
Man. I mean, like, you look at the average person, it's like you don't have to be me. You don't have to lift weights 5 times a week and then go play tennis on the weekends and do hiking on the weekends and all this stuff. Like, you don't have to do that. The average person would lose weight if they just, I don't know, cut out pop and went on a walk.
Yeah.
It's like that's and to me it sounds like, okay, that's like nothing, but for some people, like,
it's a lot.
That's a huge deal.
Yeah.
And like, you have to acknowledge like everybody's different path in life and where they are. And like, I mean, some people, if they walk a half a mile, they're like full on like panting.
Yeah.
So it's like, if that's where you're at right now
and you want to change it,
which you should do it.
Yeah.
Just do it, because I mean, that half a mile is going to become a mile. The next thing you know, you're Joe. You're running
in the Olympics, right?
Running 6 miles, talking on the phone. It's like, 5-minute pace, dog shit. It's like, what?
Who says that?
I wish.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like we say these things like you should want to change. Obviously, like if people are coming to this podcast, they want to change.
Yeah.
Obviously, especially if you're like panting after walking.
Yeah.
A mile. Joey's story was like he was like panting going up the stairs.
Right.
Right. And that was like his wake up call.
I'll be honest, I still kind of do that. If I hit the stairs hard, if I hit them hard, ooh, gotta catch your
like
breath.
The Stairmaster? Or just stairs in general?
Well, because I'm like one of those like kids that just like never could walk upstairs. Like I got it. If I see stairs, I'm sprinting up them. I'm sorry. I'm 25.
Skipping steps.
I'm that
and
guy.
Sprinting up.
I'm that guy.
Get to the top, deep breathing.
Just jump around like Rocky at the top of the steps.
Every time you're on a stairwell?
No. No. Oh yeah, I'm not that. Do you remember I remember though at Emmanuel where we went to school to go upstairs.
Oh, those are long.
Big old steps, and I was just like a chunky little kid, and I remember like getting up to there one day and just being like, oh my gosh, like that was a lot for me. Like, I'm getting sweat under my moobs, like, all before school even starts. Yeah, come on, man. Too much.
But you didn't even like make the changes until later.
Oh,
so that sat with you. That sat with you though.
Honestly, I carried like a lot of trauma from my childhood, and just viscerally hating myself. For a while, yeah. Up until 2 years ago, I'm 25.
Yeah,
I mean,
dude, I didn't even get sober until I was 26. Yeah. So imagine that. And like, I didn't even really have like a lot of like issues like you had like growing up.
Yeah.
You know, I had a lot of like deep rooted, almost like anger with the world, right?
Yeah.
And then I directed it towards myself.
Sure.
Right. So it had all like boiled over pretty much, right? Mm-hmm. And I think when we get into our 20s, when we're finally like done growing as a human, almost, you either take those things that pissed you off your whole life and you turn them into something beautiful, or you let them destroy you.
Yeah.
Right? So when we say all these things that we have been on the podcast, it's like, we're not telling people that, we're not trying to be malicious, like, yeah, you're out of shape if you're panting and shit. Like, we're telling you, like, the way we feel right now from the work we did is possible for everybody else.
It's all just, like, because we have the wisdom of having gone through it ourselves, and in the hindsight of looking back and being like, wow, I can't believe I lived in that way for so long.
Yeah.
Before I started to make a change.
And I had that almost like, I've had like FOMO in a sense. It's almost like sometimes I wish like, damn, I really wish I would have like buckled down and got sober quicker. I say that, and it's like I can't even say that honestly anymore.
Yeah, it's
stupid.
It's stupid to even say because if you're at a place in the present that's good, it's understandable to have wanted to achieve good earlier.
You just got to be grateful
that
you even did it.
Just live in that's the other thing too, is just being present and mindful in the moment. Because so much of my time, I used to just lay in bed, not able to sleep because I'm anxious about the future, and then so much of my day I was just depressed about like where my life was
instead of going out and doing it though.
Right, exactly. It's like it's paralyzing to a point. It's like you just kind of got to break free and just move
and just fucking do it.
Yeah,
it's a pain though, I'll tell you.
It's not easy, man.
No, it's not.
It's really not, but at the same time, it's one of the most rewarding things that you can possibly do.
Oh my God, it's not even comparable.
No.
Like I would never, like once you have it, like I could never see myself going back to what I was or who I was.
Dude, I would have to get like hit by a car and fully paralyzed. And even then I'd be like, I ain't stopping me, bro.
Everybody I know and love would have to die.
Yeah.
For me to like lose that. And even then, like, I would have to come back and start living a good life for all of them that left me.
Yeah.
In a sense, you know?
Yeah.
I don't think, like, once you have that tenacity to, like, change yourself and live a good life, like, I don't know if you'll ever lose it again.
That's like, we're talking about training the body.
And the
like
mind.
But that's the mental of it. It's like your mind's a muscle. Like, you have to...
Work it.
You got to work it. Like, it took me... 22 years before I even considered like therapy to be an option.
Yeah.
And that was 22 years of knowing that I carried like a lot of terrible things that were keeping me up at night. And it took me to get as low as I've ever been to be like, okay, maybe it's fine. Because I was one of those people that was like, I'm smarter than everybody. Like, therapists can't tell me shit.
Yeah, well, that's just pride then.
It's pride.
Yeah.
It was pride for sure, but that's just like a dangerous combination.
It is.
With everything else I had going on.
A lot of people have that nowadays, though. Yeah.
And, well, let me tell you, I'm going to share something a little personal, maybe.
What do you got?
But, like, I was so bottled up and so repressed, okay, that I never let, like, and you know me, I talk a lot, but I never talk really about anything, like, seriously bothering me. But my first therapy session that I ever did, I spent the first half hour, I could not stop bawling. Because I finally just like let it out.
That's crazy,
and the poor dude was looking at me for like half an hour. I couldn't get my shit together. And he was just like, it's all good. This is good. It's like, fuck. It's like,
well, I mean, that's the point though.
Well, no, right. And then like, that therapy is another thing that you get out of it, what you put into it.
Yeah.
And it's like, so I went in there and I just I fucking let it all out. And after like 6 months of doing it, I was totally different mentally.
Oh yeah, well,
it was
now
great.
And now you know how to deal with those things yourself now too.
And yeah, I know, and I don't let them accrue.
Yeah,
right?
that's the big thing.
I don't bottle it up because it'll explode.
Yeah, it will.
And it's not pretty when it does, dude.
No.
It's not good.
I actually lied to my first therapist in high school for like 6 months.
That's super common, I feel like, too.
Yeah. And lying is more like, more like beating around the bush, I should say. Yeah.
Just indirect language.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then finally after 6 months, I remember like driving there one day, and I'm like 17, and I'm like, I didn't want to go. I'm like, it's a 20-minute drive. I'm pissed. Yeah. I'm like, damn, I got to take these 20 minutes out of my day. And then something clicked in my head, and I'm like, well, if I actually like go there to get something out of the hour, then this 20-minute drive is actually worth it. Right. I'm like, oh, I should just make this worth it. And then I went in there and I just kind of like laid it all out for him, you know?
Yeah.
And I actually got like, obviously the other therapist that I had for like 3 years helped me through sobriety and stuff, which a lot, like you said, a lot of people don't even think therapy is an option, especially men.
Well, you know,
especially
it's like, what is it? It's either like the number 1 or 2 cause of death between like men 21 to like 40 is
like suicide. Yeah, for sure.
You know, I'm a big UFC fan, and this last weekend in London, one of the fighters' friends the day before the fight card killed himself.
Oh fuck, I didn't know that.
And so after the fight, he was like, let me tell you something, if you're a man and you need to talk to somebody, fucking talk to somebody. It's better than the alternative.
Dude, it's serious though.
It's bad.
Like the suicide rate between men and women is completely lopsided, you know? Like I don't even think it's close. And
I don't think so.
There's some like stigma going around like these years, and I'm not trying to get political or blame whatever. I'm not trying to blame anybody, but like this whole notion of like trying to make men in general feel like they can't talk anymore. Well, like some guys bottle it up to the point where they just kill themselves.
I mean, dude, I'm not gonna say that that's where I was going, but I mean, with how much I was bottling everything up, it's like
it's a possibility though.
If I kept doing that for another 10 years, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
You never know. And it's like, I'm grateful, obviously, that I took the path I did, but it's dark to think about. You know, like both. I mean, you've been in deeper waters than I have. Bro. I know that for a fact, and it's like, it pains me to know that so many people in my life, like right now, are probably closer than I want to think. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. It's fucked.
There are a lot of people I know who I see them and they're just miserable, and I'm like, change, please, for yourself. And like, you can tell them 1,000 times that you know as well as anybody. They have to want it though. It's got to come from within.
And I think like we were talking about earlier, like you can't take down every bad habit at once.
No, it's too much.
You gotta
chip away.
You gotta understand like the mental aspect. Like you said, the brain is a muscle. You gotta work it. Right. Okay, what you're putting into your body is huge. How you're using your body, gotta be active. Like there are just like simple things that you can start doing to decrease your brain telling you to kill yourself. Like like if your brain's telling you to kill itself, it literally means like you're almost lying to who you are.
Yeah, it's like the ultimate fight or flight. It's like
it is. Yes.
It's like it's you choose flight. Like it's over.
Yeah, that's it. You're done fighting.
Yeah. Yeah. You just can't do it anymore. And so many people just go through it for so long, like without ever even taking like a first step, which is like crazy. Because I think like the stigma of it is like men are strong, men are the protector, the provider.
There's no vulnerability.
There's no vulnerability, but even within like your friend group, I mean, our friend group is different. I think, at least now at the point in our lives where we're all like, we could talk about anything. Like if somebody, if any of us were going through something like real, I think I would speak for any one of us where it's like we want to hear it.
I mean, the homies are here.
Yeah, we're here, dude, and we want to send you in the right direction. Yeah. But growing up, it really wasn't like that.
No.
And but we also, for so many people now, it's not like that.
No, it's not.
You know?
It's a level of honesty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's because most of us have been through some bullshit and just
it's some tough times. Yeah. I mean, even in the modern era where we have everything at our fingertips, like I was saying this in another podcast or something I was watching, like suicide and depression rates are completely analogous, like the graph, with the availability of like technology and media.
Oh, you mean like the it's a correlation?
Yes.
Like okay.
Yes.
Gotcha. Yeah.
You know, and we have this issue with people needing to be honest with themselves and with other people.
Yeah.
But we feel closed off. We could literally tell anyone how we're feeling. Yeah. But why don't we want to tell people how we're feeling with our text sometimes? Well, it's because it takes away the emotion, the face-to-face, right?
Well, that's why you see, like, on, like, the more anonymous forums, like, if you remember, like, when 4chan was a thing, or, like even Reddit or something like that, where it's, like, you don't have your face attached to the profile. You find people being honest, like, for better or for worse. Like, some of those people are, like, saying really vile things.
Yeah.
But it's, like, the anonymity of it. But, I mean, on social media, even, like, all the, back, if you want to go back to, like, fitness and body dysmorphia, all of those people who post that, like, they're for that one photo that they post, they took hundreds of shots in the same position with, like, professional lighting. They're naturally fit people as it is.
They're almost like a zoo animal.
It's like an exhibit, and we reward them for the behavior. So, of course, they're going to keep doing it. And then the average guy or girl, I mean, on the social media side, I feel like it impacts women a little bit more.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But it's like, you know, they see these perfect, like, just freak of nature specimens who are already, like, if you were to see them just walking around, you'd be like, wow, that's one of the most beautiful people I've seen.
Yeah.
But then they're editing it.
Yep.
And then they're hiring professional photographers. And
they're making it more unrealistic.
Yeah. And it's like,
I feel like people become...
And they're posing. It's like, of course you don't look like that in your mirror when you just woke up. You know, you look like a little gremlin. But it's like,
right?
It's like, you know, it's okay. That's what you're a human. It's nice. It's beautiful.
But people let these thoughts pile on, and we don't know how to deal with it. I just think we're like getting to a point of like consciousness where we're conscious of our own consciousness, and it's fucking us up.
It's too deep for me.
We're like literally like viewing ourselves in the third person.
But that's why like
judging ourselves insanely.
I mean, that's why like the happiness that I found, that you found, that other people we know have found, comes from like a return to simplicity.
Yep. Oh, it's
like,
for sure.
It's like just shut yourself off. Like, you don't need 1,000 opinions to be constantly directed at you all day, every day.
No, it's fucked up.
If you're somebody who's already mentally unwell or struggling with something, like, the answer is not to just go on your phone, Instagram.
Yeah,
you're gonna freak out.
Yeah.
It's like, unplug for a while. Go on a hike. Go on a trip somewhere. See the beauty of the world. Or if you can't afford to go somewhere, walk around your block. Look at the fluffy clouds at sunset. Shit's nice.
And honestly, just get rid of the social media. Just try it,
dude. People
just get rid of it.
When I tell, if I go on a date or something, okay, and they're like, "Oh, let me get your Instagram," and I'm like, "My what?" You know, and they're like, "Red flag," and I'm like, "Oh, green flag."
Yeah, they think that's a red. I mean? Yeah, that's so dumb.
It's like,
my sister said that shit too.
But
if people don't have social media and they get, hold on, before I say that, she thought it was a red flag that the guy was asking for her social media. And when she asked him, he says, "I don't have social media." I'm like, that's kind of weird. Would you ask for someone's social media knowing that you don't have any?
Well, no, I'm not an idiot. It's like, how am I going to search something that doesn't exist on my phone? But no, like, she's right in that sense. It's like, that is kind of weird, because then are you just going to stalk their profile via Google?
That's what I'm saying.
That's not really better.
Yeah, that's fucking weird.
But it's like, people look at you like you have leprosy when you tell them
you don't have social media.
It's like, no, I don't have social media, or no, I don't want to be in your TikTok. I'm good.
Yeah, right.
Actually, these young girls the other day were outside of my store filming a TikTok, and I go in the back and just start like dancing.
Oh, and behind them?
Yeah, and they were like, they were like, "That's perfect. Can I post it?" And I'm like, "Sure, why not? Go ahead."
Sure.
But I'll never see it. I got rid of all of it, and it's just, you realize, like, when your phone, at least iPhones, tell you, "Oh, your screen time is this per week."
Mm-hmm.
when I took it off, it went from like 5 hours to like 2.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And it's like now I have 3 hours to read.
Yeah,
or 3
do
hours
something,
to work out, or 3 hours to learn a language,
anything.
or do something that I like to do.
There's just so many things that people could be doing for like their health. But that's why we're on this podcast, so we can tell people that they can do it.
If you're listening, you can do it, and I love you, and I'll see you at home. That's a shout out just for Joey.
Yeah, we all love you. So what else? What else do we got?
I don't know. I feel like we just have like health in general, man.
I think we did like a pretty good conversation though. It's pretty informative.
I would say so. I feel like I learned so much.
I think it's cool that I have like you on. I have Joey, Chris, Joe, and you all have like a different story and take on like your health journey, right? And I think that's really important for anyone listening because, like you've said, like the same thing isn't going to work for everybody, right?
You have
to find your own rhythm and your own methodology of talking to yourself. People need to know how to like talk to themselves in a loving manner.
I mean, then that's something that like to this day, like I'm so much better at than I was. But that's
for sure.
like a thing I'm
that's
working
huge.
on.
I'm still working on it too.
I know it's tough.
It's tough.
Yeah, I work on it so much right now that like I'll catch myself nitpicking something like. Yeah, body wise, that like I would have nitpicked at like my worst point with like dysmorphic thoughts, and like now I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you're great, dude. Like, just go out there and live your life.
Exactly.
And it's like just because if you hear yourself be negative, you're gonna absorb that.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're gonna just put yourself down constantly. But if you build yourself up, which is admittedly hard to do, and one of the things that I think people should work on most, it's like. Just say it out loud, like say how great you are, talk yourself up. It's not narcissistic.
No, and it's not even a sense of like pride in general. It's just like you can be happy and proud of yourself for being alive and who you are.
Yeah.
As long as it's not in a destructive manner, right? Because then it is narcissism.
Right. It's like if you're listening, you don't have to go and take 500 photos just to find the one that you feel good enough to post. It's like, just take one and post it if that's what you want to do. You don't have to strive for perfection because it's not a real thing.
Yeah.
It's like it's not attainable. It's all fake anyway, so
who gives a fuck?
Yeah, don't contribute to the problem is basically what I'm saying.
Yeah, and then if you think you're going to go home and just watch another show, scroll your phone, don't. Literally the minute like you think you're going to slip into a bad routine, just take a step back.
Just pull up on the stick, It's like
something I start doing, like I'll have my phone in my hand, and if I'm thinking something that could potentially snowball into a bad thought, sometimes we reach for our phone. It's like, oh, I'll distract myself, right?
Yeah.
And before I even unlock it, I just put it down.
I do that
wherever I am.
Yeah.
Like I'll just put it face down and I'll be like, all right, I'm existing again. Let's do this.
Yeah, I'm present.
Right? Exactly.
Well, that's the other thing too is, I went out. I was in a wedding, and then we went out to like bars all during like the wedding week because it was out of town, so we kind of made like a week of it.
Yeah.
And we go out, all like the groomsmen and the bridesmaids and everything, and we're all hanging out and like. Looking around and seeing just like the amount of them who are just on their phone, like just looking at dumb shit. Like, look up, like you're at you're here for your best friend's wedding. Like that's crazy. You're all here. You all live in different states, and you're finally together. And you're checking your fucking weather app right now.
Like,
Come
on, what the fuck is this?
It's ridiculous.
And you're not even checking the weather here. You're checking it like back home or something.
Back home, you're like, oh, good. You made it east down. Great.
Yeah. Like, where did that get you?
Nothing. Nowhere.
Yeah. People need to unplug and learn to talk to themselves in a loving manner. Yeah. Stop looking at fucking social media because that's just a gateway into body dysmorphia.
And a lot of other stuff.
Yeah.
It's terrible, yeah.
Seeking out professional help is a big thing, too.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's just kind of like standing up, slapping yourself in the face, and just fucking doing it.
Yeah. I mean...
Kind of get started,
It's all you can do.
Pretty much.
Just got to keep cranking it out,
Just
go for it because... If not, you're just going to keep being miserable. You got to break the chain.
You're going to keep asking yourself, when is the day I'm going to change? And you could change like right fucking now.
Do it.
Do it.
It's like when I was like quitting, you know, I don't know how you quit nicotine, but how I quit was literally just I stopped. I just like stopped and laid in bed aching for like a week. And I was like, all right, that sucked. But thinking about how many times I was like, oh, I'll quit. But I'm going to take a couple puffs today because like I deserve it.
Yeah,
and then,
right.
And then
the next it's a tough day.
And the next thing you know, you're right back in.
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
And it's like, you know, that's like analogous with like so many other like factors of life health wise where you're like, oh, well, you know what? Like I am going to go to the gym like once.
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to go back to my routines. And like, it's just like, it sucks so good.
You have to outsmart yourself because the mind is a tricky motherfucker.
Oh yeah,
oh
dude.
My God.
It's like don't worry, we're just gonna take a hit, and it's cool because we're grown men and we can do this. And then it's like next thing you know, you're like,
I'm just gonna eat like shit today,
yeah,
and I'll get back to the healthy thing tomorrow.
Yeah,
you gotta just outsmart yourself in that moment and be like, nah, I'm not having this shit.
Yeah,
fuck that.
There's no way, or else you'll never form that habit.
The good habits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what they say. That takes like 2 weeks for most things. Like,
no, it's longer than that.
It is, right? I feel like 2 weeks is like how they get you.
I think it's like 60 days, bro.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah. Well,
I'll tell you.
I mean, with diet, like, that's tough too. Like,
yeah.
Even when I was healthy, like, I only moved out, 4-ish months ago and started like cooking all my food. And like, the changes in fitness were like evident right away.
Yeah, astronomical.
Because it's like, I'm not going to pull out a scale and weigh my mom's pasta that she just made me. You know what I mean? I'm just going to eat it.
You got to pick and choose your battles at that point.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think we touched base on a lot of good shit.
Touched all those bases.
We touched all the bases. We're hitting home runs.
Dingers.
Woo. We're like Aaron Judge hitting 36 home runs already.
Did he win?
No, not the home run derby.
Oh.
But he's got 36 on the year, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, dude's huge.
He's fucking huge, yeah.
Oof.
But we're hitting health dingers like him.
Oh, yeah, out of the park, dude. What is it? Top net high cheddar.
Top net high cheddar.
Health cheddar.
Bar down wristers.
Oh, yeah.
Clappers.
Oh, all day.
Watch Letterkenny. Shout out.
Yeah, shout out Letterkenny. Watch it.
Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah. 9th episode. Me and Sammy are out, so y'all have a good fucking start to your week.
Yeah.
Make those changes, and yeah, we love you, by the way.
Peace out. We love you.
Love you. Peace.
Bye.